Welcome to episode 13 of the RC Movement podcast. Unlucky for some, and at one point I thought it might be for me, as it's taken a little bit of time to get this last episode out. Main reason I was able to do it is because of the performance hack we're going to learn today. Golden moments create golden times, and how we've adjusted to becoming parents to maximize my time better in order to be more productive. So if you're ready, let's take this podcast to the next level. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. So my fiance and I are adjusting to becoming parents for the first time. And as we adjust to becoming parents, so many things internally start to adjust too. We start to adjust our time a lot more, becoming a lot more organized, being on a schedule, a sleep routine, which is so many different sleep routines for kids, which are designed to help them sleep longer. So eventually they get to sleep the golden hours of 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. It's a little bit down the track. And they're kind of sleep training programs, like a fitness training program. You train for a certain goal. So you want to get fitter, you want to get stronger, you want to get bigger, you want to get faster. You apply the same philosophy to a sleep training program. So I understand the benefits of it, and we're just choosing the right program that fits us. So time is definitely needed to be adjusted. Also our emotions as well. I think emotions get massively adjusted. Suddenly you are 100% responsible for this little bundle of joy that's totally reliant on everything for you. And you are just willing to give, it's not even a question. When he's crying, we want to be there for him. We want to be able to feed him at the right times. We want to make sure that he's comfortable, that he's traveling well if we're going to go out traveling. Just a massive mindset shift from, I guess, being a lot more, being selfish to a little bit more selfless when it comes to him. So balancing all these adjustments has been a really eye-opening, and we're still not 100% there yet, and it was one of these things that takes time. And you might be wondering why you're listening to my voice and it's a little bit lower down. I've actually moved into the other room in our condo, taken a different space so that I can get these podcasts done at a decibel that will allow the little boy to continue, and my fiance to continue to sleep. So what I did this morning, and one of the things I want to touch on for the episode today, I was reading a little bit last night about how the human brain is actually more switched on. It's actually more alert. It's more sharp first thing in the morning. So between hours of when your body clock first starts to wake up. Generally, they say that's when you if you wake up sort of early to go to the bathroom, 5-6 o'clock in the morning, and then usually what happens is we go back to bed and get that extra hour or 2 hours before we get up for work. Apparently that time, if you actually get up, go for a shower, get moving, start to use your body a little bit, get that physiology going, change your state, like we mentioned in episode 1, you can actually you awaken a different side of the brain, which is a little bit more creative. Now you might be quite similar to me, where you're sitting there thinking, hang on a minute, I know what I'm like first thing in the morning. When I wake up first thing in the morning, I can't do anything. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, my eyes are half closed, I'm bumping into things as I was walking through the bedroom. And you're right, and it's a mixture of all of those things. So getting up at 5 a.m, yeah, that's one thing. But getting up at 5 a.m, sitting in front of your laptop trying to be creative might not necessarily work. The process, building a strong process or building a strong formula by which we wake up and we have a few little habits that are going to help us get into that zone, so that we are in front of the computer, or you're about to go for a workout, or whatever it is you want to get up in the morning for, 5 a.m. in the morning for. You are primed and you're ready to take action on it. So last night, after reading this interesting journal, I decided to set my alarm for 5 a.m. this morning. So the alarm went off at 5 a.m. and the house was dead still. My fiance was still sleeping next to me. Baby's in bed. I had the beep, 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 beep of my alarm, and I was just suddenly I kind of woke up out of this dream, and I was actually quite awake at first. And then the initial moment the alarm went off, I was quite alert, quite awake, and then I started to question myself. Oh, do I really want to get up? Maybe I could do this tomorrow. I could just snooze the alarm, try this again tomorrow. It's not that necessary. I looked over to my fiancée, and there she was, looking very comfortable, asleep in the bed. And it looked good. And as it looked good, it felt good. I thought, oh God, maybe I should just stay in here. I realized my son hasn't woken up yet. That's great news. That means we should all just maybe sleep in together. So I started looking around and trying to look for reasons why the bed wasn't a safe place to leave, until the strategy I had and the reason I got up in the first place was, okay, I decided that this is the identity that I want to live with for the next 21 days. I think I made a commitment to do 21 days of this habit. So it takes 21 days to build a habit. Why not do this particular habit for 21 days? So it's like, yep, okay, let's do this. Got out of bed, moved everything into the other room. Started doing a few little processes that I know that can help. So I took a cold shower, number one. Awaken the beast. Took a cold shower, worked really well. Came out, did a bit of priming, sat there, breathed, pumped the air for 30 times, visualize a lot of the actions that I've got to do today. Visualization is very, very powerful tool. If you're not using it, I'm going to do a podcast on visualization. Visualizing the outcomes of all the interactions I would have during the day, because anything that we do in life has been done twice before. We create it in our minds, and then we achieve it in reality. So whatever we create in our minds, we're going to achieve in reality. Anything. So creating those outcomes, creating those results first. One of those outcomes being this podcast episode. And then sitting down, writing out the program, and then getting to grips with this episode and getting to grips with putting this episode out there. So when I think back just a moment ago to the turning point that allowed me to take action on this particular goal of getting out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning, I think about, you got to think about all the obstacles that are going to stop you first thing in the morning. Like your alarm might go off, right? And first thing in the morning, you might ask yourself, the question might go, do I really need to get up? So you got to look out for that. You got to look out for that question. These are all questions that your brain is trying to keep you safe. Your brain is trying to keep you comfortable, and where our heart's desire is, we want to get out of bed and we want to do something cool. We want to do something that's going to help people. We want to do something that's going to make us feel better. The next step was to look across and see the comfort, see how comfortable it was, so we could have an image in our mind of what it might be like, because if we can see it looks comfortable, or that might feel really good if we continue to stay there. And then check out your emotions, check out your feelings. What does your feeling say? If your feeling's saying it's a little bit too difficult to do this, I don't need to start now, I probably feel better if I just continue to stay in bed. Watch this, catch yourself with this. Know that if you know that this is going to be sabotaging your success first thing in the morning, if you can be aware, bring your mind to the awareness that these particular roadblocks are going to be there. If you can consciously be aware of them, I think you're going to have a lot more success, because you can ask yourself the question, okay, what does this really mean? Is this me sabotaging myself? And once we become aware of that, we then have the ability to make the choice and say, this is who I want to be. And we've got to have that strong vision in our minds. We've got to have that strong image of who it is that you want to be, the identity that you want. Do you want to be the person that continues to stay in bed at 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and then wake up the next day, continue being pissed off because you missed a couple of hours of golden time, golden moments where you can get golden peace, golden clarity? Or do you want to be this new identity of the person that steps up, does whatever it takes, doesn't look back, goes the full 9 yards, pushes himself to be that person. And I think if you get a strong image of that person in your mind, you'll find that you'll become successful. Look, this is day one, and I'm going to continue to push this through for at least 21 days. And I'm going to hope for 21 days worth of content. So you won't get these episodes within 21 days. Yeah, I think over the next 21 weeks, we should start to get episodes every time. So I only release an episode every week. I'm going to do one every day for the next 21 days, which means for the next 21 weeks, we should have episodes. And I'm 100% sure that I could be successful. This is a new start, new me. So the 5 o'clock in the morning, golden hours, really good concept. And going back to what I was mentioning about becoming a parent for the first time, it's very difficult to get a solid couple of hours worth of focused time to really get working on something like this, or even a project that you want to work on, or you want to read for 2 hours, or you want a solid 2 hours worth of productivity. There's only one real time to do it, and that's this time in the morning. I mean, if you think about trying to do it during the course of the day, there's always a high chance that you're potentially going to get interrupted, and it's also going to take your focus away from the urgent and important tasks. I don't want to spend the bulk of the day not being there with my son. I'm thinking that I need to do something else, so I'm not aware and I'm not present with him. I also don't want to be like that with my fiance and my relationships. I also have other urgent and important tasks to do during the course of the day, so I don't really want to be stressed out and trying to do a new project or a new piece of content whilst I've got other urgent and important things going on. At the end of the day, it's really, really difficult, because at the end of the day is wind down time. We're winding down from the day. So if we've been on the go all day, there's a very high chance that you're going to get home. Hopefully you've managed to get a lot of your urgent, important tasks done. You had the opportunity to be creative, or not. So let's say you haven't. You've got most of your urgent and important tasks done. You're at home with your family, or you're out. You want to be out with your friends. You're starting to wind down. It's after you've been out for a night with your friends. You've exercised. You come back to your home. Really want to be thinking about shutting down, reading a book, getting some content in to your fiction or non-fiction book. Maybe you want to watch a little bit of TV. We want to be winding down. We don't want to start to become creative at the middle of the night when we want to. It's easy to tell yourself that you're tired. So these 5 o'clock in the morning is not massively challenging. It is challenging. Don't get me wrong. It's not. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be challenging. It should be fairly simple. Our bodies do naturally want to wake up at that particular time. I think we all put so much importance around sleep, and I think sleep is, of course, important. And I think it's also maybe a little bit overrated. And I think that if there's some golden time that we want, and we have enough motivation behind it, then we can put aside these golden hours to really be productive, really be creative. Wouldn't it be amazing just to have 2 extra hours of time per day? What would you do with those 2 hours? Who would you see? What projects have you been thinking about starting that you haven't managed to start yet? Which areas do you want to learn or be more creative? Well, I'm going to be here to show you exactly how you can get 2 hours per day. And it's pretty simple. It just takes a bit of effort and a bit of work. So if you're with me and you want to learn how, let's go into the process. So this process involves embedding an internal command into your nervous system. I know it sounds very technical, and it's actually very, very simple. It's a very simple command that you lean to or you anchor, or it's like a coach on your shoulder. So anytime that you feel like, or anytime you want to wake up in the morning, you want to achieve something, you've got this anchor that you can rely on, that you can call upon, that's going to allow you to be successful at getting an extra 2 hours in the morning. So setting your alarm at 5 a.m. It's a very, very simple anchor. And what you need to do first of all is to come up with an image in your mind where you've been extremely successful before in the past. So in a moment, what you need to do is just close your eyes and pick up an image. So think of an image or think of a time in your life where you're extremely successful. Can you think of a time? And as you think about that time, float down into your body, see what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel the feelings of being extremely successful. That's right. Now double it. Double the intensity. Awesome. Great job. Now, when you think of another time in your life where you were really, really, really successful. And as you think about that time, think of an image that you have. See yourself being really, really successful. Feel the feelings. Now, as you think, you got it? Awesome. As you think about that image, float down into your body, see what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel the feelings of being extremely successful. Feel those feelings going through you now. Brighten those images. Make them brighter, bring it closer, bring that image closer. Awesome. Great job. Now think of another time, a time in your life where you're extremely successful. And as you think about that time, float down into your body, see what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel the feelings of being extremely successful. Embody that moment. What did you say to yourself? Who was saying something to you? What were they saying? Excellent. One more time. I mean, think one more time. Come on, you can do it. That's what we're here to push yourself. So what you do is go down, think of a time in the past that you were extremely successful. Maybe it's not so far in the past. Maybe it's fairly recently. We are more successful than we believe we are. So think about that time. Awesome. Float down into your body. See what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel the feelings of being extremely successful. Can be doing anything. Double the intensity now. Triple the intensity. Make it brighter. Make it louder. Let it fill you up. Feel the intensity in your body. Where do you feel it in your body? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Brilliant. Great job. Now, the next step is, now you've got this anchor in your mind, you've got this image in your mind. What I want you to do is we're going to put an embedded command in your mind. And I like to do something really, really simple. My personal one is let's go. The reason why I like let's go is because it's a collective, it's a community, it's a we. If we say using the word of like I or come on, then we're going alone. Whereas if we use the word of let's, it's almost a subconscious link to a team. And when we have a team, we're less likely to let others down. So think of yourself. This is you talking to yourself as your teammate. I know it sounds a little bit crazy or cuckoo. It's worked really well for me. So rather than saying, come on, or I should be doing this, or come on, you can do it. Why you can do this, or why don't you just get up? Using words like that, they're going to be slightly disempowering. So I'd like to use a word, I'd like to use a team word. I'm into team sports, been into team sports for all my life. So using the word of let's, it's creating a sense of community. Community between us, community between you and yourself. So when we use a word like let's, we're creating a team spirit. We're talking to ourselves. We're giving ourselves positive thinking. We're giving ourselves positive commands. We're using the power of a team, power of somebody else. Let's face it, we all need other people to become successful. We all need mentors, we all need coaches, we all need learning from people. So using the word like let's gives us that sense of community, like we're all in this together. Let's all pull together. Because we are. There's going to be you as a person is also you as a team. And you're going to need, like for myself, I wake up in the morning and I've got, on one side of my shoulder, I've got my natural want to become lazy or to just hang out in bed and relax and chill out. And I've got the other side of my shoulder, which are full of my mentors and my coaches from my past sports teams, and they're all yelling at me, Rich, come on, let's go, let's do this. So I'm going to send you my coaches, my trainers, my past successes, and I'm going to put them on your shoulders. So in the morning when you wake up, get that image in your mind, make it bright, make it powerful, feel the feelings of what it's like to be successful, and use that embedded command of let's go to help you to become successful in any of your endeavors, and especially this particular high performance hack.